Miguel Alvarez swept the lobby of the Cressida Tower alone, just as he did every night. The world outside, Los Angeles at 2:15 a.m., sparkled with life he only glimpsed through passing car horns and flickering neon. He preferred the hush, floor polish on marble, mop against tile, his own footsteps echoing up the empty escalator shaft. Miguel, early 40s, Colombian immigrant, small, wiry, braces his cap tight against thinning hair. He hummed a lullaby for comfort, and the buzz of the floor buffer was his company. A security guard, Carlos, waved as he passed. "Long night, amigo." Miguel nodded. Always longer before sunrise. In the break room, he checked his phone. No new messages, family safe, wife and 13-year-old daughter asleep in their Koreatown apartment. He couldn't afford mistakes. Not tonight, not any night. He put away his coffee container, donned gloves, and returned to work. Cressida Tower at night, 17 floors of silent offices, tech startups with walls of glass and steel, empty conference rooms reflecting ghostly images. Miguel worked floor by floor, his every action deliberate. On the 13th, he found a stuffed bear with a missing button and left it. He had learned not to move what wasn't his. From above, a light flickered. The 14th floor, server rooms whined. Miguel heard a strange, soft beep, like a tired sigh from a computer left on too long. He didn't question it. He kept mopping. Then he smelled it. Not cleaning chemical, but burnt plastic, smoky and sharp. Miguel stopped, heart in his throat. He set the mop aside and walked warily down the hall. A distant, muffled alarm, a tiny red strobe, blinked above a door marked Server A. His ears pleased. Check, investigate, report. He radioed Carlos. "Carlos, is that you on 14? I think something's burning." Nothing but static. He opened the door. The air tasted sharp, almost electric. A curtain of smoke drifted from under the server racks. Coughing, he scanned the room. No people? Wait. A voice, faint, crying out in fear and confusion. Miguel dropped low, remembering his cousin's fire back in Bogota. That thick, choking heat. He saw a girl, half hiding under a metal desk, coughing violently. She couldn't have been more than 20. The fire. "Please help." Miguel crossed quickly, staying beneath the smoke. She tried to rise, her face pale and eyes wide. Her ankle twisted painfully as she moved. "Ven conmigo, miss. I help you," he soothed, gently lifting her arm around his neck. The alarms shrieked now. The fire licked up the wiring on the walls, chasing them toward the exit. Step by step, Miguel led her, every muscle screaming as he half-carried, half-dragged her through a maze of tables toward safety. A small explosion. A server battery. Flames leapt higher, dancing orange against steel. Miguel shielded the girl and kept moving. He found the stairwell and pushed the heavy door with his shoulder. Smoke curled after them. He led her down flights, his own coughing fit joining hers. On 12, the door burst open. Carlos, breathless and panicked. "This way, come on." They spilled into the lobby and out onto the cold sidewalk as the building's sprinkler systems finally triggered. Late, but not useless. EMS swarmed. The fire trucks arrived, lights painting everything in haloed blue and red. EMTs wrapped Miguel and the girl in blankets, checked oxygen, handed over water. The girl's phone buzzed incessantly. Her family, her coworkers, her parents desperate to reach her. She choked out Miguel's name. "He saved me. Without him, I'd..." Emotion cut her words short, tears streaking her soot-stained cheeks. A firefighter pressed Miguel's shoulder. "Sir, what's your name? You know you just saved her life?" Miguel shrugged, voice hoarse. "I only did what anyone should do." But the truth lingered in the stares of the crowd. Not everyone would have stepped into that fire. The story made its way across morning news. "Janitor risks life, saves young intern," the anchor intoned. Cressida Tower's staff posted praise on every social channel. Photos of Miguel, bashful, eyes averted, hands folded, flashed across screens. At home, Rosa and Lucia wrapped him tight in their arms. Lucia clung to his shirt, calling him her Superman in whispered Spanish. His boss summoned him to thank him personally, awkwardly pressing a thick envelope and a handshake. A week later, Catherine, the rescued intern, limped into the building and hugged him in front of the entire office. Miguel became, for the first time, the most recognized face in a building that once never looked his way. Still, Miguel kept his head down. Media requests arrived. He turned them away. One local paper convinced him to speak only if they interviewed his coworkers too. He insisted, "I am not a hero. No one works alone. We all keep each other safe." Beneath the gratitude, unsettling whispers drifted his way. The building administrator quietly asked why Miguel hadn't simply evacuated. Human Resources sent him a memo. "We appreciate your bravery, but next time, please follow protocol for your own safety." Miguel nodded. At night, in the empty halls, he sometimes wondered, had he done the right thing? Should he have left the girl and called 911, like the binder told him? Carlos set a reassuring hand on his shoulder. "You did what I hope anyone would do for me, hermano." A month passed. The smell of burnt wires faded, the fire's scars hidden behind fresh drywall and silent corporate apologies. Miguel swept the halls as always, humming softly, empty lobbies reflecting his silhouette. But the routine had changed. Staff greeted him by name. Cressida Towers' holiday party honored him. Cake, applause, a certificate that he hid in a drawer at home. Annika, the assistant, learned to bring him tea instead of the other way around. Even Carlos tried speaking Spanish, fumbling over gracias, but smiling with pride. One blustery January evening, Catherine visited during her break, now in a walking boot, but beaming. "You saved my life, Miguel, really. I got into grad school thanks to your letter. They said courage is contagious." He blinked, unsure how to answer. "All I wanted was for you to see your family again." She squeezed his hand, her own trembling. "I did, and I told them about you. They said, 'Thank you for sending our girl home.'" From then on, Miguel noticed every little kindness echoing further than he thought possible. Colleagues he'd never spoken to started helping each other. A printer paper jam fixed here, an umbrella lent there, coffee bought for a tired security guard. He smiled to himself. It wasn't heroism, just humanity, spreading slow as morning light. The city moved on. News cycles shifted. Scandals drowned out miracles. But for the people at the tower on that cold November night, something would always glow a little brighter every time Miguel passed mopping the floors. When Lucia brought home an essay titled, "My Dad is My Hero," Miguel finally wept. It didn't matter who saw. He had risked everything for a stranger. Now he had a city, a family, and, at last, himself, believing in who he was.